I just feel like I'm living a very, perhaps to most people, abnormal life. I make a living doing something that is very not considered normal.
Hey everyone, I'm Gloria Hole. Welcome to Queen Central. Today's video is heavy, but it's important. We're talking about loss, resilience, and the future of drag. Heklina's passing, Shangela's ongoing battle for recognition, and RuPaul's emotional struggles. These moments are reshaping the community we love. Let's break it down together. In a world where drag is joy, freedom, and fierce resilience, heartbreak has a way of shaking the glitter off the runway. The death of legendary Queen Heklina, the fresh waves of outrage over Shangela being robbed yet again, and RuPaul's raw emotional reaction have left fans asking, what is going on? This is not just another scandal. This is Drag Race history in the making. A cocktail of grief, injustice, and uncertainty that's rocked the very core of the drag world.
Came back and the door was, not only was it not locked, but it wasn't shut all the way. You know, I went to put my key in and the door just opened.
Legendary San Francisco drag performer Heklina was found dead in London today.
The sudden loss of a legend, Heklina. Let's start with Heklina. If you've ever been to a drag show in San Francisco, you know her name. She wasn't just a queen, she was a force.
Well, it's hard to criticize a guy who overeats when you criticize him. Miranda went out with an overeater, and he overate her.
Born Stefan Grigelko, Heklina founded the legendary drag event Tranny Shack, a fierce, unfiltered showcase that gave hundreds of performers a platform before Drag Race ever hit TV.
2013,
Known for her biting humor, bold performances, and rebellious spirit, Heklina was drag royalty with a heart of gold. Her unexpected death in London during a tour with fellow queen Peaches Christ shocked the community. One day she was making people laugh. The next, she was gone. Drag queens and fans around the world lit candles, shared stories, and cried, not just for the performer lost, but for the mentor, the friend, the legend who changed lives. And at the center of it all was RuPaul, visibly shaken, silent at first, then emotional in a rare behind-the-scenes video. Ru said it best, she was not only a performer, she was the scene. Heklina didn't just perform, she shaped the DNA of modern drag.
And founder of the legendary nightclub Tranny Shack, which went on to have such huge international success.
Queens from coast to coast still tell stories of the first time they met her, how she made them feel seen, encouraged, and sometimes hilariously roasted. Her mentorship was not always sugar-coated, but it was real. And in a world where queer elders are too few, her presence was a gift. Fellow performer Peaches Christ recalled in a tribute, she was the loudest laugh in every room. She gave so many of us a reason to keep performing when the crowds were thin and the budgets thinner. Heklina's death echoes a deeper truth. The generation that built the underground stages, the punk clubs, the unapologetic queer spaces, they're aging, and we owe them everything. Shangela robbed again. Now let's address the elephant in the workroom. If there's one queen who embodies perseverance, it's Shangela Laquifa Wadley. From the moment she popped out of that box in season 2 to slaying the all-star stage with unforgettable performances, Shangela earned her place at the top.
The recession, y'all, I'm telling you, I done had to scale back. You know, and sometimes I don't even pay myself my own money. If I did, maybe I could get some shoes where my toes weren't hanging 5 inches off the edge.
But despite all that talent, charisma, and crowd love, she's never worn the crown. We have seen Shangela live. She's a powerhouse. All Stars 3 was supposed to be her moment. She won challenges, she brought drama, she brought looks, and she made us feel something.
Shangela Alexis, congratulations.
Congratulations, you are the winner of this challenge.
Are you gonna be nice or rough on the Snatch Game?
I always do it rough.
But the surprise change, a group of eliminated queens deciding the final top 2, left Shangela out with only one vote. Fast forward to her return in the Las Vegas residency, then We're Here on HBO, and then recent Drag Race cameos. The fandom was hopeful. Could Shangela finally get her due? But again, whispers of another unfair exclusion started circulating. Fans cried out, "Why is Shangela constantly overlooked? Why does she never get her crown? And does RuPaul, the mother of drag herself, carry guilt over this?" And let's not forget, Shangela is not only a Drag Race queen. She's acted on shows like Glee and Community, walked red carpets at the Oscars, and uses her platform, for example, HBO's We're Here, to empower LGBTQ+ communities, and even introduced Lady Gaga. On We're Here, she travels to small towns in America, helping queer people live their truth in places where it's still dangerous to do so. For many fans, Shangela represents more than glitter and lip syncs. She's Black excellence, resilience, and joy. When she's unfairly excluded, it's not just personal. It feels like the system is overlooking an entire community that shows up and shows out. The outrage isn't just fandom drama, it's deeper. It's cultural. RuPaul breaks down, "I can't take it anymore." RuPaul Charles, the host, producer, icon, is known for her unshakable poise. But even Ru has limits. After hearing of Heklina's death and facing a fresh wave of backlash over Shangela's treatment, RuPaul reportedly told close friends, "I can't take it anymore." In a recent leaked clip from a Drag Race production meeting, Ru broke down into tears. "I built this stage for love, joy, and freedom. But lately, it feels like pain just keeps walking in the door." Sources say RuPaul considered stepping back from hosting temporarily, needing time to process the grief of losing old friends and the emotional burden of fan expectations. In her podcast with Michelle Visage, Ru opened up about the weight of leadership in a queer community that's constantly fighting to survive and be seen. "I miss the girls we've lost. I miss the way it used to feel," she said. For a show that has brought so much light, it was a rare glimpse into the shadows that come with being a global queer icon. Being the face of drag for decades is a crown heavier than rhinestones. RuPaul has been the anchor in a storm of backlash, political attacks, and ever-changing social tides. Every queen, every critique, every tear, it all eventually lands on Ru's shoulders. Fans expect perfection, fairness, and representation. But behind the camera, she's a human who's seen her sisters fade away, her legacy questioned, and her intentions misunderstood. It's easy to forget that icons get tired too. What does this mean for Drag Race? With Heklina's loss, Shangela's continued snubbing, and RuPaul's emotional toll, fans are wondering, what's next for Drag Race? Some insiders say upcoming seasons may feature tributes to lost queens like Heklina, Chi-Chi DeVayne, and others who've shaped the art form but never got mainstream glory. There are rumors of a special Legends season, a reunion of queens who never won but deserved to. And yes, Shangela is rumored to be invited. Others suggest that the format of All Stars may change, ditching the controversial peer judging system that kept queens like Shangela from the top. There's talk that Ru wants to recenter the show on performance and passion. Less game, more heart. The bigger picture: grief, glory, and growth. This is not only about one queen or one show. This is about a generation of artists, like Heklina, who paved the way without ever being handed flowers. This is about queens like Shangela, still fighting to be seen in an industry that owes them so much. And this is about the toll it takes on our heroes, like RuPaul, who carry the hopes and heartbreak of an entire community on their shoulders. It's time for a shift, a healing, a moment where grief becomes a guide, where injustice sparks change, and where queens get their crowns not because of politics, but because they earned them. Hope in the future. What's next for Drag Race? For now, it's healing. It's a reflection. And it's remembering that behind the makeup and the wigs are real people, real pain, and real passion. If this story touched you, if Heklina made you laugh, if Shangela inspired you, if RuPaul gave you a reason to believe in beauty and resistance, do something right now. Hit that like button to honor the queens we've lost. Subscribe to join a global community that celebrates drag culture with pride and power. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that grief, love, and glitter can coexist. And most importantly, drop a comment below. What does drag mean to you? Who's your ultimate robbed queen? What moment made you cry, scream, or fall in love with the art form? This channel is a stage too, and you're part of the show.